look at the name of this guy. It has nothing to do with Sierra Leone. How do they know about him? The Dutch media uncovered this drug lords in a video. So there was a video posted by the wife of the president of Sierra Leone. And in that video, this guy was there and he was sitting next to the daughter of the president. Fellas, have you ever asked yourself who the good guys are on earth? Who are the good guys? Have you ever sat down and asked yourself questions saying, who truly are the good guys? I mean, many people have gone to churches, right? Hoping to meet good people, hoping to have decent human beings with good hearts, with a peace in their heart. Sometimes being disappointed because when you finally discover who the people truly are behind the facade that they give to you, you are very much hurt. You ask yourself questions. And I know many people who've questioned their own religion or questioned the fact or the necessity to go to church or anything like that because of the experience they've had with people that religiously go to church and supposedly pray every single day. Have you ever been disappointed by somebody you never thought would do something as bad as they did to you because of their spiritual beliefs or spiritual allegiance? I think it's very disappointing, discouraging. I'm a firm believer that the best way to preach somebody of anything is through examples. You know, don't tell them, show them. Act in a way that is positive, a way that will incite them into wanting to be like you, instead of repeating all the time, hey, you know, the Bible says, you know, this book says, you know, the book says. I think it's much better by showing, look how you should behave. You know, get somebody. I believe the best way to get somebody to believe in your beliefs is by them naturally coming to you, say, hey, where do you go to church? Like, what do you do? What do you read? Instead of you saying, hey, you know, you need to give your life to. No, you're behaving bad. Your behavior is unacceptable. You're disrespectful. You talk about other people negatively. You criticize. You point finger. You judge, and you want people to go, you must accept. No, not that way. Have you ever been disappointed by the police? I mean, we grew up believing that the police is this entity that does absolutely nothing wrong, okay? But have you seen the other side of the police? Have you seen cases where the police was involved in a big drug situation and story and you're shocked? You're like, whoa, I didn't know this. Have you ever heard of the story of how the CIA put drugs into black communities in the United States of America, getting so many black people addicted to that? One of the reasons why you see today so many black people in jail in the United States of America.
You'll see large numbers of poor people and specifically blacks going to jail and to prison, and they will not have a chance.
Because they have a dysfunctional family, which was instituted by some people. You know, they wanted the black families to be bad. They wanted the black father to disappear. They did everything to empower the black woman and disempower the black man, sending the black man to jail as much as possible. Why? Because jail is a business. You know that. Jail is a business. Jails in America are privately owned companies for most cases. So there are companies that run the jail. And why do you run a jail? What is a company? A company is anything that produces money. Now, how is jail producing money? And prisons are producing money by getting people in prison to go and work for a very cheap price. Let me just give you a simple example. Let's say a big company, a tire company, an agricultural company needs workers. Instead of getting normal people to go work, it costs them too much money. So they go to prison and say, we want prisoners to work for our company. We're going to pay them $10 a day, maybe less than that. It costs them much less money. And prison makes money from these guys because they pay them a higher rate. Did you know about that? It's shocking, isn't it? To believe that an institution that's supposed to be protecting, guiding, be like a father figure to everybody is capable of doing things that are so horrendous and dark. Crazy, isn't it? Life is not what you think, my brother. Life is much deeper than that. And I think all of us need to believe that and dive deep to go and see. There's something very interesting we need to look into. The Minister of Justice and Security of the Netherlands, Daniel van Wiel, made a post on X that said the Dutch extradition request for convicted drug criminals Jos Leijdekkers was handed over to the authority of Sierra Leone. I hope for swift actions from the authorities of Sierra Leone and to find them on our side in this fight against international organized crime. Interesting. So, a minister from the Netherlands did a tweet, okay, mentioning that they ended the document, extradition document, requesting that a convict drug criminal, Jos Leijdekkers, I can't just murder his name there. Wow, they can't pronounce my name either. So that's okay. It was handed to the authority of Sierra Leone saying we need him. Okay, they gave it to the ambassador. We need you to send that guy. Who is this guy? So this guy apparently was sentenced for 25 years in prison. He's a 33-year-old nicknamed Bol. 24 years in prison for drug smuggling in the Netherlands. He was sentenced for 24 years in prison in absentia in June last year by Rotterdam court for the offense of smuggling 7 tons of cocaine. 7 tons, my brother. 33 years old, 7 tons. He was also convicted of an armed robbery in Finland and ordering murder. In September last year, a Belgian court also sentenced him in 10 years in prison for drug and trafficking offenses. So how did they find out about this guy? And why are they putting pressure on Sierra Leone? Well, I mean, look at the name of this guy. It has nothing to do with Sierra Leone. How do they know about him? The Dutch media uncovered this drug lords in a video. So there was a video posted by the wife of the president of Sierra Leone. And in that video, this guy was there and he was sitting next to the daughter of the president. So this is a video during a wedding of a wife of a president of a republic and a guy that is convicted for 24 years for drug smuggling. 24 years for smuggling tons of drugs in the Netherlands, sitting right next to the president's daughter, you know, in a way that is obviously boyfriend, girlfriend. That is how they discovered this big drug guy is in Sierra Leone. So how did the Sierra Leonese react? The Sierra Leonese initially issued a statement saying they are unaware of Leijdekkers, I'm killing his name, Leijdekkers, present in the country. They say he's not in our country. However, the Inspector General of the Police of Sierra Leone, William Selu, told journalists that the police has, through its open source investigation unit, after examining photos and video, have been able to establish that the said individual is rather known as Umar Sharif. So he's not the guy. The police of the country said the guy you're looking for, he's not here. The one you're talking about, his name is Umar Sharif. Was the police telling the truth? Or was the police misled? Did that guy change his name? Or did the police know about him and chose to lie? Now, if the police lied, is the police allowed to lie? Is that morally right? The police said they chased everywhere, but haven't found him yet. They indicated that they have also looked at Sierra Leone immigration record and can't find any information about when he entered or exited Sierra Leone. So in other words, the police say we don't know anything about this accusation you laying down to us.
I don't activate the open source investigation unit.
I have activated the open source investigations unit. We will collect all information from social media that can help us ascertain the identity and activities of the fugitive in question. Although we have not been contacted yet, we have already begun our investigations.
Look, we don't contact me, but we don't start for doing something like that.
The Dutch people have laid money for that. This guy has been doing drugs and, bringing drugs into the country. 33 years old, importing tons of cocaine in Europe, making tremendous amount of money. Now the Dutch people say they're giving 200,000 euros for anybody who's got leads and information to the whereabouts of this guy, or how to get this guy. Now my question is this one, fellas. I mean, it's interesting. Do you think these people were involved in Sierra Leone? Do you think they know this boy is a big drug dealer? Because I mean, drugs is, you gotta have a network. You've got to, don't be surprised, because I know many people think, no, the government cannot be involved. Many governments have been involved with drug smuggling. And I'm not saying this is the case of Sierra Leone. I'm just being honest with you. This questions at many layers what we believe about government. Is government correct? Have you ever heard of government abducting people? You wouldn't believe that. If you abducted somebody, you're going to go to court, probably to jail for many, many years. But government abduct people without necessarily putting it to the public servers. So it's not public news. You are being taken forcefully without your consent for them to do investigation on something you probably have not done. Does the government have the right to do that? Yes, they can do that. Now, is government morally right all the time? Absolutely not. So government is capable of things that are horrendous. Now, my question is, this guy just chose Africa. Did they accept him because clearly he's got money? Many African women, many, not all, excuse me, my sisters, will not want to date somebody below their level. I'm just being honest with you, okay? Pardon me for telling the truth. They would rather have somebody equal or above, in most cases above, by far away above. When you're talking about a drug dealer that brings in tons of cocaine, he surely has money. Was that how he got next to the president's daughter? Or maybe, could this boy be somebody somewhere at the high level in Sierra Leone knows personally, and he introduced him to the president's daughter? And when they discovered that he was a higher level guy, that's how he got there? Question mark. Now, the problem here is this one. Sierra Leone and the Netherlands don't have a treaty that says, if I request for somebody, you're going to send him to me. The two countries have no extradition treaty. That is certainly good news for criminals. When you do crime in one place, make sure you go to another country that doesn't have any treaty with that country, so that in case they localize you, they will never send you back. It's going to be complicated. Let me know how you feel about this. Is this boy smart, or is he just dangerous? Or maybe he was sent by the highest level of Sierra Leone, and somebody up there is benefiting from the millions of dollars they're going to be making selling powder in Europe. Is it a possibility? Of course it's a possibility. Therefore, they have to protect him. God bless.